Hi friends, you welcome to Shyam Institute. So then we are discussing today's current affairs. Have a look at these headlines of the day. Economic Advisory Council of the Prime Minister. Then further chairman was introduced. India ECOSOC for 2026-28. For this particular period, India joined as member. So we will discuss about it. And ICCR. So ICCR and Andhra Pradesh government memorandum of understanding. Indian Council of Cultural Relations. Tendulkar and Anderson Trophy. So the England and India test series renamed as this particular trophy, Tendulkar and Anderson Trophy. We will discuss about it. Okay. So then moving to the first and foremost one. The first one, India joined in ECOSOC as a member for the period 2026 and 28. For this 3 years period, it joined as member. So then ECOSOC, we know, Economic and Social Council, Economic and Social Council. It is a part of a United Nations organization. United Nations organization has 6 special wings: United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Security Council, United ECOSOC, Economic and Social Cooperation, Cooperation Council or Economic and Social Council, and Trusteeship Council, and here we have Secretariat and International Court of Justice, ICJ. These are special wings of United Nations organization we call. So ECOSOC is part of that. ECOSOC is part of this particular United Nations organization. And then ECOSOC headquarters located in New York, and then which was introduced with the Charter of 1945, United Nations Charter of 1945. And then ECOSOC has 54 member nations. 54 countries are members for ECOSOC, and out of these 18 countries joined as member with reference to the United Nations General Assembly, and their tenure is 3 years. Likewise, India joined for the period of 2026 to 28 as a member. In addition to India, like Lebanon, Turkmenistan, China as well joined this time members for the period of 2026 to 28, a 3 years period. So what are the other nations? Like India is the one, Lebanon, and then Turkmenistan and China. These 4 nations joined as a members in this particular council. So ECOSOC, what they do in general, and then they give their value additions to the existing system, and how the social issues should be handled around the world and then among the member nations, and then how the economic conditions are of these member nations can be handled in a right way, whatever the guidelines required for those, then gives by the ECOSOC member nations. There's a context here we have. So like if you observe one more point here, ECOSOC generally then which contains different special groups. In ECOSOC we have 15 special agencies like organizations or agencies, and 8 finance commissions which looks after the financial related activities on those, and then 5 regional commissions like African region, West Europe, East Europe, and like Caribbean, likewise like Latin American. These type of regional groups are there. 5 regional groups. These are 5 regional groups here we have. So like for every regional group, to balance their participation, some countries are taken from that particular continent as a members to this particular one. Likewise 54 we have, total 54 as I mentioned, 54 members are part of ECOSOC. So 14 members are dedicated for Africa, and Asia Pacific 11 members, Western Europe 13 members, Latin America and Caribbean 10 members, and East Europe 6 members. So India falls in this particular category. Then India falls in Asia Pacific group. So in this particular group, in addition to India, 4 members joined for a term of 2026 to 28 as members. There's a context here we have. So Africa 14, Asia Pacific, what is the figure? What is the representation of Asia Pacific? That is 11. Out of 11, 4 members joined here this year. So for the period of 2026 to 28, that's the one. So then these are the points related to ECOSOC here we have. Try to give a comment here. What is the full form of ECOSOC? And then its headquarters as well. ECOSOC full form as well as headquarters. That's a part. Moving to the next one. Have a look at this one. ICCR and Andhra Pradesh MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Memorandum of Understanding of ICCR and Andhra Pradesh. So to encourage the traditional arts of different states, this particular MOU was observed recently. This MOU in between the Manisha Swamy, the Deputy General of ICCR, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, and then Mallikarjun Rao, then Andhra Pradesh Cultural Department Director. So the MOU done between or progressed between these two departments, and like they are showing interest, the ICCR showing interest towards globalize the arts of this particular state, and to bring the international recognition to the traditional arts of the Andhra Pradesh. So like then if you look at this traditional, the state folks, and then like Kuchipudi, like traditional dances, certainly then with the collaboration of ICCR, they get a global recognition. There's a point here we have. So like ICCR regional center, they are going to get started in Andhra Pradesh as well very soon. So that was the promise given by this particular ICCR. So ICCR generally looks after this encouraging the traditional arts of a state in general. Traditional arts of a state. There's a point here we have. So moving to the try to give here where is the headquarters of ICCR is located. So try to comment the headquarters of ICCR. Moving to the next one. Yeah, Tendulkar Anderson Trophy. Set to debut in England and India Test Series. So then the forthcoming, the present running Test Series, they given name as Tendulkar Anderson Trophy. Earlier it was Patodi Trophy. Patodi Trophy it is called in England, and Anthony De Mello Trophy in India we call. So then this is the existing name. They changed it to the present known familiar players, Tendulkar as well as Anderson. So Tendulkar Anderson Test Series, earlier it was England India Test Series, or Patodi Trophy it is called in England, and Ante de Mello Trophy in India. So they renamed it as a Tendulkar Anderson Trophy. This is the context here we have. Moving to the next one, the Prime Minister Economic Advisory Council, PMEC, appointed Mahendra Dev as a chairman of this particular position. This position was vacant since then the Bibek Dobrai was passed away. So then since November last year, this particular position was vacant, and then for this additional charges given to the Suman Berry, the Vice President of Niti Aayog, Suman Berry, and then right now a direct person appointed for this particular position, that is Mahendra Dev. So the Mahendra Dev appointed as a EAC Prime Minister Economic Advisory Council Chairman, the Chairman of Prime Minister Economic Advisory Council. That is the context here. Earlier he was there with the he worked as a Axis Bank Independent Director. Axis Bank Independent Director. Then they made him as the Chairman of Economic Advisory Council of the Prime Minister. That's a point. Moving to the next one. Yeah, Sandeep Mathur. Sandeep Mathur appointed as a General Manager of New Railway Zone. So here we have a new railway zone, that is 18th railway zone, that is Vizag or South we call, South Coastal Railway Zone. Sandeep Mathur appointed as a General Manager. Earlier he was there with the Principal Executive Director for this particular for the modernization of signaling system. He was the Principal Executive Director, and then he brought into this particular Railway Zone's General Manager. So new Railway Zone General Manager Sandeep Mathur. That's a point here we have. And moving to the next one, a special person in news we have, that is Royal Society Newton International Fellowship given or announced to Dr. Tota Chiranjeevi. He is the person from Telugu state. So Dr. Tota Chiranjeevi has got this particular special recognition from Royal Institute of Royal Society Newton International Fellowship. He is working as an employee of the Bharat Petroleum General Manager, and then his specialization is chemistry. So he introduced a concept called FCC catalytic cracking, fluid catalytic cracking is a concept then he researched on. So that particular research has got international recognition, and then this Royal Society Newton International Fellowship, then the UK and other countries collaboration asked him to join with this particular research scholars group, a fellowship one. Okay, and then innovation, research and collaboration are the areas to get work here. And then the earlier in India we have the first person who has got this particular recognition, Royal Society Newton International Fellowship, that was Ardesar Kursetji Wadia. Ardesar Kursetji Wadia, 1808 to 1877 his tenure. He was the first person who got this particular Royal Society Newton International Fellowship in India, from India. He was a Parsi anyways, a Parsi, and then he is very expert in shipbuilding process. So then that he has got recognition with this particular shipbuilding process, and then he got this fellowship, first person from India. So there is a context here. So then these are the current affairs for the day. We will meet in tomorrow's session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and all the best.